Voting should be a right, but it's often treated like a privilege.
It is a right that people have bled and died for. It is essential and fundamental to who we are.
Damn it, when it comes to the ability of a citizen to vote, you stand back and you safeguard the sanctity of that box.
Don't know quite why people want to actually, I do know why people want to make it hard to vote, because some people don't believe that they can win unless they make it harder for people to vote.
Legislators have shown every willingness to bend, break, and mutilate the rules to get an advantage.
The most dangerous thing for a democracy is if the population stop believing that the system works.
I define redistricting as the only legalized form of vote stealing left in the United States today.
The New York Times called Thomas Hofeller the Michelangelo of gerrymandering.
Usually the voters get to pick the politicians. In redistricting, the politicians get to pick the voters.
Following his death, his daughter turned over his hard drives that contained, quote, at least 70,000 files and several years of emails showing exactly what Mr. Hofeller was up to.
You guys are the first people I've agreed to be on camera for. I wasn't there to rescue the voters. I was just looking for pictures of me and my children. I wasn't interested in any of this work stuff. See, it's all mingled. Like, I didn't really have to dig. It was all there.
Sometimes people display a form of genius that operates totally under the radar. People who have a genius idea that changes the course of history.
Conservatives realized the only way to hold on to that power was to change the electorate.
And the media missed it, flat out missed it.
We get really precise at trying to kind of carve out districts that look like that distorted version of reality. That, of course, leads to a number of really bad things.
That's how this kind of really pernicious stealth bureaucratic policy works. It allows the destroyers of democracy to present themselves as the protectors of democracy.
The fight over election laws and the right to vote is getting more intense this morning.
We are in the midst of the greatest rollback of voting rights in this country since the end of Reconstruction.
Voter ID.
16 million voters purged off of the rolls.
Cuts to early voting.
868 polling stations gone. You do all of these things without saying we don't want black people to vote. But the bottom line is we don't want black folks to vote.
If it didn't matter, trust me, Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania would not be trying to change the rules of the game.
If you create a system where the Republican nominee will win no matter what, that's a complete riddance of the checks and balance system. That's going to attract a tyrant.
I thought, this can't be happening. I've lived in third world countries, and this can't be happening.
There's not pixie dust in our American DNA that means our democracy is indestructible. It's not indestructible.
In the story of me and my dad, there's a very personal element, and it makes the rather dry topic of political demographics even vaguely interesting. And an only child, so, we're like almost like family, my dad and me. So our affairs often intermingled.
Going on the record, video deposition of Stephanie Hofeller.
In my experience with the business, as it were, the family business, if there was a loophole there, then why not take advantage of it?
The things that I saw, the things that I overheard, the things that I was told, this is how we manipulate the voters. Really, plain as day. There we go, there's proof. What I'm hoping is that people will see that the whole motherfucker is rotten. This is nuts. It is nuts.